Today, on the 6th of February, 2018, the spinning balls are just sort of sitting there. It's cold. And the cattle panel cold frames, there's 1, 2, and 3 down there, are covered in snow. And the snow helps to insulate. It's really noisy, the snow right now, as it's minus 14 Celsius, which is about minus 7 Fahrenheit. And the fish are all moving slowly, as the water will be cold. Although the 1500 watt floating red cattle heater, it's a cattle trough heater, and it does all these ponds, 1, 2, 3, 4 big ponds, and I'm able to save energy by using the cattle panel cold frames and cover it with plastic, and then the snow falls over, so it acts like an igloo. And over here in my greenhouse, it's good to pile the snow up high, and I have extra bubble wrap insulation on the inside, and that's a blue strip of insulation there as well. It's good to keep the bottom insulated. We'll take a peek inside. Oh, that was cold out there. I'm not even gonna lie. But oh, it feels nice and warm in here. It's like probably 80 degrees. In the daytime, now that it's February, the sun is getting brighter, and it's helping to heat up the whole greenhouse. And of course, I have, like, there's insulation behind here. This is like a little sitting area. Insulation, the bubble wrap insulation on the door, that really helps. And even those windows have that really thin layer of plastic that you stick on, and it helps as well. Keeps the frost on the other side of the window, so you don't have frost, you know. Like, I made those little fairy beds, and I made that fairy chair, and this little fairy crib I made. I know. I have to touch it up. I think I'll make it bigger. I'll redo it. I have better ideas. I want to make a whole bunch of little fairy furniture. Like, you know, I need to do a couch set now. And this has lights. See the lights that come on? They're really nice at night. And then this is just like, you know, the dried moss. And then with a real plant, you know, kind of growing on top of it, it complements the whole arrangement. I made that too. And this, I made it all. Wow. And I arranged it, and I made this little balcony area for this, and added this house here. That was a few years, about a year or so ago. Like, this little fairy house is actually quite cute. It goes all the way around. There's vines. It's kind of like a giant playhouse. And then I have, like, the most beautiful guppies. The most beautiful guppies. They have some of the most beautiful tails. And I don't know, they're all swimming a million miles right now, looking for food. And the coffee is really good here. I made a nice cup of coffee today. I perk my coffee in an old GE stainless steel coffee maker. It's electric, And it still works, and it's from like the 50s. And it says GE, made in Canada. Back then we made quality kitchen things. Everything was a better quality and lasted longer. Like those old tables from the 50s are really in style now. I have one in the basement. I should bring it back out. They have little coffee shops downtown with all this old furniture, like, you know, from the 50s and stuff. And it looks really nostalgic. And that's my dog Bear in there barking. I made that crib too. That crib, that has the real plant there, the button plant growing in it. Oh, and this is just so cute. This is the spider plant, and there's another plant growing in there. In the filter box, in the marine land filter box, I have the spiders. And these are spider plants. They're growing really nice roots and shoots. And I've complemented it with these dried flowers from the secondhand store I got for like 25 cents. I don't care. Junk looks good in the garden. It just depends how you put it all together. And this old tank was sitting outside. I wasn't using it. And I have another tank I could be using. I have a bunch of these tanks here. Maybe I'm going to clean up that area and have some tanks down there and redo it down here. I'm going to build something as soon as it's not so cold outside, because I don't have a garage and I'll have to cut the wood outside. Right now it's cold and there's a lot of snow. Oh, I should have had Hannity. There we go. And that's a beautiful day in my garden.